very interesting because you can see the Paṭṭhāna in your whole life. Today we're going to listen to the chanting also by the Sayadaw Urevata. Okay, today we're continuing on the number 19 Paṭṭhāna.
Sampayutta Pachayoti Chattaro Khana Rupino Anyamanya Sampayutta Pachena Pachayo Vipayutta Pachayoti Rupino Dhamma Rupina Dhammana Vipayutta Pachena Pachayo Arupino Dhamma Rupina Dhammana Vipayutta Pachena Pachayo Ati Pachayoti Chattaro Khana Rupino Anyamanya Ati Pachena Pachayo Chattaro Mabuddha Anyamanya Ati Pachena Pachayo Okante Khani Nama Rupa Anyamanya Ati Pachena Pachayo Citta Citasika Dhamma Citta Samutthana Rupana Ati Pachena Pachayo Mahabuddha Upada Rupana Ati Pachena Pachayo Chakayarana Chakku Vijnana Dhatuya Dasavyudakana Chadamana Ati Pachena Pachayo Sotayarana Sota Vijnana Dhatuya Dasavyudakana Chadamana Ati Pachena Pachayo Ganayarana Gana Vijnana Dhatuya Dasavyudakana Chadamana Ati Pachena Pachayo Jingvayarana Jingva Vijnana Dhatuya Dasavyudakana Chadamana Ati Pachena Pachayo Gayayarana Gaya Vijnana Dhatuya Dasavyudakana Chadamana Ati Pachena Pachayo Rupayarana Chakku Vijnana Dhatuya Dasavyudakana Chadamana Ati Pachena Pachayo Sattayarana Sota Vijnana Dhatuya Dasavyudakana Chadamana Ati Pachena Pachayo Gandhayarana Gana Vijnana Dhatuya Dasavyudakana Chadamana Ati Pachena Pachayo Rasayarana Jiva Vijnana Dhatuya Dasavyudakana Chadamana Ati Pachena Pachayo Photabhayarana Gaya Vijnana Dhatuya Dasavyudakana Chadamana Ati Pachena Pachayo Rupayarana Saddayarana Gandhayarana Rasayarana Photabhayarana Mano Dhatuya Dasavyudakana Chadamana Ati Pachena Pachayo Yarupa Nisaya Mano Dhatu Cha Mano Vijnana Dhatu Cha Vuttanti Dharupa Mano Dhatuya Cha Mano Vijnana Dhatuya Cha Tan Samyudakana Cha Dhammana Ati Pachena Pachayo Nati Pachayoti Samananara Nirodha Citta Citasika Dhamma Paṭṭhāna Citta Citasika Dhammana Nati Pachena Pachayo Vigata Pachayoti Samanandara Vigata Chitta Chirisika Dhamma Paṭṭhāna Chitta Chirisika Dhammanan Vigata Pachena Pachayo Avigata Pachayoti Chattaro Khanda Rupino Anyamanya Avigata Pachena Pachayo Chattaro Mabuddha Anyamanya Avigata Pachena Pachayo Okadekhani Nama Rupa Anyamanya Avigata Pachena Pachayo Chitta Chirisika Dhamma Chitta Samutthanana Rupana Avigata Pachena Pachayo Mahabuddha Upada Rupana Avigata Pachena Pachayo Chakayana Chakku Vijnana Dhatuya Dasabhyutakana Chadamana Avigata Pachena Pachayo Sota Yadana Sota Vijnana Dhatuya Dasabhyutakana Chadamana Avigata Pachena Pachayo Gana Yadana Gana Vijnana Dhatuya Dasabhyutakana Chadamana Avigata Pachena Pachayo Jiva Yadana Jiva Vijnana Dhatuya Dasabhyutakana Chadamana Avigata Pachena Pachayo Kaya Yadana Kaya Vijnana Dhatuya Dasabhyutakana Chadamana Avigata Pachena Pachayo Rupa Yadana Chakku Vijnana Dhatuya Dasabhyutakana Chadamana Avigata Pachena Pachayo Saddha Yadana Sota Vijnana Dhatuya Dasabhyutakana Chadamana Avigata Pachena Pachayo Ganda Yadana Gana Vijnana Dhatuya Dasabhyutakana Chadamana Avigata Pachena Pachayo Rasa Yadana Jiva Vijnana Dhatuya Dasabhyutakana Chadamana Avigata Pachena Pachayo Bodhabha Yadana Gaya Vijnana Dhatuya Dasabhyutakana Chadamana Avigata Pachena Pachayo Rupa Yadana Saddha Yadana Gandha Yadana Rasa Yadana Bodhabha Yadana Mano Dhatuya Dasabhyutakana Chadamana Avigata Pachena Pachayo Yarupa Nisaya Mano Dhatu Cha Mano Vijnana Dhatu Cha Vuttanti Dharupa Mano Dhatuya Cha Mano Vijnana Dhatuya Cha Tan Sambyutakana Cha Dhammana Avigata Pachena Pachayo Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu
I hope you all enjoy the list. Alright, I hope you enjoy listening to chanting. So it's good to chant and listen to chanting because it helps us to remind us to remember the Dhamma. Of course, if you know the each Pali words, it will be more meaningful. So if you not be able to read all the Pali words, at least you should be able to read the English translation. And if you are reading the English translation and you get to know the Dhamma, that's the best. And that's the reason why we learn Abhidhamma. Okay. So now we will go to the next. Okay. So we already finished the Purejata, Pachajata. Kama, right? Vipaka, Ahara, right? Then the Indriya, Jhana, Magga, all right? We finish the Magga before we stop. Now, okay. So now when you learn things, it's good to learn in one pair, right? Sampayutta and Vipayutta. So these two are actually quite similar. Sampayutta, Vipayutta. The word sam, the word is sam is together. We is a Vipayutta. You see the some and we. We is actually means separate in terms of prefix. Some in terms of prefix is kind of like to be together. So Sampayutta means just translate is a association pachaya condition. And Vipayutta is a disassociation. Right. Now Sampayutta is actually only happen in the nama, all right? Nothing to do with the lupa. So it always means it's just the chitta and chetasika, they associate with each other, or four aggregates. Now, normally we have five aggregates. We are talking four aggregates because we minus the first lupa kanda, the body aggregate. So after you minus the lupa kanda, so remaining is only four aggregates. All right, four aggregates of nama and or chitta and chetasika associate with each other. So very easy. Just remember Sampayutta means nama only. So you can just, if you print out, you highlight it. So normally the mind will arise in one group. So there will be one chitta. So consciousness means chitta and one minimally seven universal chetasika, right? So in I consciousness, these seven will arise together. So this is called Sampayutta. The Chitta Chetasika will arise together. Like I consciousness, there will be eight of them. Means eight states, eight dhammas. All right. Now Vipayutta means this association. It's very easy. It's actually refer to mind and matter, nama lupa. Right. Nama lupa have different nature. Of course, when we say like loba and dosa is a chetasika, they seems to have different nature. Okay, but it's not mentioned in this in this vipayutta, right? We are talking about the mind and matter, nama lupa here, because they are different nature. The nature of nama is to know. The body cannot know. All right. Mind is a kind of like faculty of knowing and it's kind of like you cannot see. By the matter you can see. So their nature is totally different. So that's why here Vipayutta refer to nama lupa. Sambayutta refer to nama. So if you just print out or whatever, you just write Sambayutta, you just write nama, Vipayutta, you write nama rupa. Just sometimes we just need to write some important terms. That's all. Then once you remember this, then the rest is very easy for you to digest. Okay. Now, just now you listen to chanting. Ati actually is a lot, but ati is very easy. It just say is present. All right. Ati is a present condition. So the next one you have is actually nati. Nati is absent. All right. So one is present, one is absent. Now, present is actually means is very easy. Something must be there. Then it give a chance for another thing to arise. It's just like the earth. It gives the chance for beings or tree. So without the earth, beings cannot exist. The tree also cannot exist. Right? So atipachaya means when it is present, it is a condition. When it's absent, it's not a condition. So when the condition exists, it support the effect. When it disappear, it cannot support the effect. So it's very easy like A, because of A, B arise. If there's no A, there's no B. So that's actually very simple meaning. All right. Now, when you see the chanting, so all right. So you can just refer to this text. I already showed to you all, and then if you want, you can print out yourself. It's good to print and also chant when you're free. Now you see all this in the Ati. You have seen this Dhamma many times in the Nisaya, in the Sampayutta, in the Anyamanya. Actually, because the Dhamma is actually quite similar. Like Nisaya, Nisaya must be there, Sampayutta must be Vipayutta here. Here I just say the Pali words because it's very difficult to every time must explain in English, right? Now, the Cetasika, they also have this arti. Very simple, just like Chitta arise, Cetasika will be there. Okay? If Chitta not there, Cetasika will not be there. Right? So it's just a simple statement like that. Or Cetasika is not there, then Chitta will not be there because they have to arise together. So that's meaning arti. Now, four great elements with the Patawi, Apo, Teja, Wire, earth, water, wind, and fire. So when one exists, one of the element exists, another three exists, right? Or if you want to write, like for example, one exists, so other three exist. Sometimes when we study the Abhidhamma, especially Paṭṭhāna, they give a lot of text like two exist. Let's say two exist, the other two also exist. But this is a extra information. But basically means when any of the four great elements, one must exist, then other must come. So this is called Ati Pachayo. Right? Now, at the rebirth linking time, Patisandhi Chitta, rebirth linking Chitta and its Chetasika is present. Then the first Rupa, there's a bond of karma, we call it Kamaja Rupa, also present. Right? So they must arise at the same time. So it's like one exists, the other one also be able to exist. And then this one we call it, I didn't write here, you can add on, at Pawati time. Pawati time we call it cause of existence. Means beside the rebirth linking and then the death, in between moment of all the moment of consciousness of the Chitakana, all these are called Pawati, right? Pawati means in between the rebirth linking and death. So at that time when your Chitta, that means that your Nama, Chitta and its Chetasika arise, then it will give rise to the Chetaja Rupa. Alright, so when Chitta Chetasika arise, Ati, then Chitaja Rupa also arise. So this condition you also see in Nisaya, also see in other place because all these are same. And then Mahabhuta refer to the Rupa and then Upada Rupa, they are born together, right? So the dependent Rupa, Upada Rupa depend on four Maharupa. So this means that Mahabhuta must be Ati, must be present. And then Upada Rupa will be there. And then sense consciousness depend on sense base. So sense base must be ati, must be there, must be present, and then sense consciousness will arise. So the both 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to here, all these are same with the Nisaya Pachayo. All right. So if you see the Pali text, you will see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is actually same text with the Nisaya Pachayo chanting. And then sense consciousness depends on sense object. This means that there must be visible sight, then you got the eye consciousness. There must be sound, then you got the ear consciousness. There must be smell, then you get the smelling consciousness or nose consciousness. So this is also same with the Purejata, means born earlier. Okay, so everything is kind of like all the condition in one way you can say overlaps with each other. Okay, remember I show you this diagram. This is not in your text, but just a shortcut because sometimes when we learn things, we cannot just simply remember the text. So you can do some chanting, some diagram like this. Here to represent the Chitta Sika, where four aggregates, they are born together or they also exist together or they must be present. And then the four Mahabhuta, they must be support each other, they must be exist, they must be present. And then the Mahabhuta to Upada Rupa, they have to also exist, they also Nisaya, they also have some condition here. And then if this side is Nama and this side is Rupa, then at rebirth time, Nama link with the Kamaja Rupa. So when rebirth time, when there's Nama, then there will be also Kamaja Rupa. And in Bhavati time, cause of existence, when the Nama exists, then the Chitaja Rupa also exists. Okay, this diagram I showed before is not in your text, but you can draw yourself. This is just a shortcut to remember the above point mentioned below. All right. Okay, so the point here, I just made a simple diagram for my own understanding, right? Because some people like diagrams, some people don't like diagrams, some people like text, some people like chanting. So everybody have different preference. Now this one I get from the one of the it's actually Dhamma talk by Sayadaw Dr. Nandamala. I did some typing for the Dhamma talk. It's not really published, but I get the information there. So there are four Paramata Dhammas, ultimate realities, that Chitta, Chittasika, Lupa, Nibbana. The former three have Ati Pachaya, right? So this means that Chitta, Chittasika, Lupa, they have the present condition. But Nibbana is not in Atipachaya because it remains forever and ever present. It does not depend on any condition. So it cannot be known as Atipachaya that specify when it present, it gives effects. That implies that it will disappear later. As a nature, Nibbana forever exists forever. So Nibbana Sada Bhavato. Nibbana does not depend on condition. All right. So there's explained that Nibbana does not have Atipachaya. All right. Okay. Now I go here before we go for question. All right. Now, nati pachaya, absent condition, is a condition for the conditioned states at the moment of non-existence. Nati means non-existence or absent. Nati pachaya give a chance for another state to arise when it disappear. It is just like a flame that has ceased. Now, chitta chitta sika which has ceased, which just ceased, are related to present chitta chitta sika by nati pachaya. Okay, this means that if we see the, like we say, in the VT process, you got Bawanga, and Bawanga, all right, and so on. Okay, then and so on, and then there will be I consciousness, what the Fido everything, then the I consciousness, uh, receiving, investigating, and receiving, investigating, then determining, and so on. All right, and then Jawana. So this means that if for the Bawanga 1, it must cease, then the Bawanga 2 appear. So Bawanga 1 is give the Nati Pachaya to Bawanga 2. Alright. So Fido everything must cease. So it gives the Nati Pachaya to the idol. So idol cease, it gives the condition Nati Pachaya to the receiving. Okay, so that's the meaning. And first Jawana cease, it gives the condition to the second Jawana by the Nati Pachaya. So that's mean that Chitta Chitta Sika, they have ceased, later present Chitta Chitta Sika by Nati Pachaya. And so on, right? So this is just a rough one. In general, when the sound had disappeared, we had 17 Chitta Khana thought moment. The eye cognitive process and ear consciousness also disappear. So this is also a Nati Pachaya. Now, Vikata Pachaya is actually similar with Nati Pachaya. So Vikata we translate as the disappearance condition. Alright. Now, Avikata with the negative A here is non-disappearance. It's a condition for the condition states before it ceases. So it's same with the Atipachaya. Right? So this means that this 23, right? So this condition 23 is same with 22. So condition 24 is same with 21. All right. So that means that if we study the 24 condition, I think I already mentioned that in the very beginning. Okay. So there are a few conditions that are similar, right? So Anantara is same with Samantara, all right? So even the Pali is similar. And then Ati 21 is same with Avikata. Ati is present. And then 24 non-disappearance. Non-disappearance means that it still exists. All right. So Ati 21 is same with 24. Nati and Vikata, absent and disappearance are same. So if we study the 24 condition, actually we there are three pairs. They are similar. Anantara, Samantara, Ati, Avikata, Nati, and Vikata. So totally 24 condition. If we study properly, we only need to study 24 minus 3, 21 condition only. Okay. Okay, so far now we can open for some simple question. Yeah. All right. Yes. Anybody want to ask something? Or if no question, I will go for the main one.
Actually, this is Shannon. If they are the same, why are they listed as separate?
Okay, if they are same, why are they listed here? Is it?
Yeah, why are they listed as separate?
All right. Because of different, we call it the what the Pali word ajasaya, different inclination of the listener. If, for example, if when the Buddha say nati, 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 then the person be able to gain enlightenment, then the Buddha will focus on using the word nati. But if somebody who used to listen to this vikata, 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 so if the Buddha feel that this will give better enlightenment to that person, he will use the vikata. All right. So it's like skillfulness in language. For example, something you might say, a thing you can say in different words just to bring the meaning clearer. Okay. For example, like this, disappearance and this, okay, absent. All right. Some people in English, absent is much more clearer to them. So disappearance, they don't understand. So if we say absent, absent, they might be understand better. So when we say disappearance, disappearance, another person might understand better. All right, Shinli? That's the reason here.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, next question.
Saiji Vira.
Yes. Yeah.
This number 21, the Ati Pachaya, you say Ati Pachaya exists in A, B, C, D, E, same as Nisaya Pachaya. Can it also same as Sahaja?
Yes, can Sahajata, yes. You will
Sahajata.
find some in the Sahajata, right? I mentioned Nisaya because Nisaya has more, 5 of them, okay? So if you see the Sahajata,
Mm.
okay, now we check the text of Sahajata. So Sahajata has how many? Sahajata has the 5, these 4 aggregates, 4 Mahabhuta, and then this liver blinking, and then the Pawati time, and then Mahada Upada Lupa. Okay, so the Sahajata has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 also. Okay, yes, 5. All right. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, then this is actually not 6. This should be 6 here. Sorry. Then this should be 6 here. Okay, so this one should be 6. So, and then Sahajata will be same with up to. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So up to here will be the above 5 are the same with Sahajata. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Vera.
Thank you, Saiji.
Yes. Okay. So that's why I say they have overlaps. All right. Overlaps. So please change the numbers 5 to 6 here. All right. Okay. They are overlap here because all the Dhamma are quite similar. Sahajata means, of course, they must be born together. And then, of course, they must depend on each other. All right. And there are something need to be born earlier. Okay. All right. Okay. If no question, I'll continue with this one. This part actually is not so important because it's for those who really very seriously want to study the Paṭṭhāna. Then you have to go very detailed into which category or how many category. Even like me, up to now, I still think there's a lot of things we need to really study about this. But this is just some general idea about how we should summarize it into which main group. If the all these 24 conditions are summarized, then the main one will be Aramana, Kama, Upanisaya, and Ati. And if we try to reduce some more, then it will be Ati Pachaya, Nati Pachaya. So you can see everything will be like this. There must be something present or something condition present, and it will give the effect. Or when there's no condition, then there will be no effect. All right. So when there's a present Ati of the cause, the effect comes. If there is absent Nati of the cause, then the effect disappear. So if you can sum up like dependent origination, if you sum up, it will be cause and effect. So here, if you sum up, will be the present of the cause and all the uh, absence of the cause. So if the cause appear, of course, the effect will become. So pure nati is fine. Anantara, samantara, asevana, nati, vikata. The rest can be said belong to ati. Alternately, there are 5 conditions can be considered as ati pachayo. Sajata. Now you can see even this ati pachayo, like just now, you can see some part will be belong to sahajata. Some part like the sense consciousness must be a sense base must be born earlier than the sense consciousness, then purejata. And something they will be pachajata ahara, means the nutriment or the cause or the chetana. And Indriya we already study, right? So these 5 can be considered as a atipachaya because atipachaya is a big group by itself. Now, these 5 conditions within Atipachaya demonstrate the complex interrelationship between various phenomena in the Buddhist understanding of reality. They show how different factors can be present and support other factors in various ways, arising together, arising before, arising after, nourishing or controlling. All right. So this one I get from Sayadaw and Dr. Nandamala, his Dhammato and Paṭṭhāna. All right. So I think this is not so important. But how should we study Paṭṭhāna? All right. So according to him, we should study in a 5 viewpoints. You have to see as an object. Like when you see something, why you see something? Because of visible object. And when you see something, there will be eye base. So take it. This diagram is drawn to show you if you want to visualize. All right. There must be object here, like the side you see. Then there must be a base, like eye base, to see something. And then before eye consciousness arise, what is the things appear before, like Fido, everything, Bhavanga, and so on. And then following, let's say after that, something that follow. Okay. And then there will be another effect. But some of the book didn't mention the effect. All right. And then between the Chitta Chittasika internally, or between the Mahabhuta and Upadarupa, okay, internally, what will happen? So this is called internal or reciprocal. All right. Now, this is another diagram I get from another book. I think there's a typing mistake here. So if you print out, there's a missing one AN. So just write yourself. All right. Should be Samanantara. Right. Okay. So object, aramana. Object is also purejata, born earlier. Object must be ati, present, must be non-disappearance. Okay, so this considered in terms of object. And then preceding will be like, it must be disappear already. So anantara samantara means like Fido, everything is anantara samantara to the eye consciousness and so on. So and then something as a upanisaya and nati. So the preceding must disappear, right? And avigata before the present here will come. So following, we can see the following. There's a pachajata. Or we can see the base. It will be nisaya, dependent, purijata, like sense base is born earlier, ati, avigata. Internally, we can think about things are born together, sahajata. They support each other, anyamaya, right? Okay. All right. Now, this is a good example because I remember when I was teaching in a peace house, they asked I think Vira, you're here, right? So they asked the student to write down what is a possible condition. So that's how we apply our Abhidhamma knowledge, especially Paṭṭhāna. Now we have learned about 24 conditions, right? After learning 24 conditions, we need to have a good overview of the complex interplay of conditions In the same process, according to Abhidhamma analyst, the below example effectively illustrates how multiple conditions work together in even a seemingly simple act of perception. So now you see something, right? Or you see a Buddha image, or you see me. So for example, when one sees a Buddha image, the condition which could take place are, okay, now that's how we apply Abhidhamma knowledge and Paṭṭhāna knowledge in our daily life. Even a simple act of seeing, there must be many conditions. So this is just listed a possible condition here. So Buddha image is aramana, object condition. Okay, contact with the Buddha image, there's ahara. Remember we say contact. There are 4 contact. One is the nutriment. Nutriment here refer to the contact. All right. There's a when we say ahara, actually means cause condition. So contact with the Buddha image is ahara, nutriment, cause condition. Taking a Buddha image as a venerated, respected object is predominant condition. Adipati. Adipati, that's a third condition. Because one is paying attention respectfully and attentively to the object. It's also under the Aramana plus Upanisaya. So Aramanupanisaya, object decisive support, which I already gone through. Now, I base is Indriya, all right, faculty. So you can refer to the faculty, Indriya condition. You see the I base there. I base is also Purejata, right? Because in the Viti process, the I base must be there before the I consciousness. I consciousness come later because before that there must be Bhavanga, Bhagawa, and then the final everything and so on, right? So I base already started. So I questions depend on the I base. So there must be nisaya, dependent conditions. One have faith and good mind. So at that time, your mind, when you see the Buddha image, there will be aloba, adosa, cetasika, non-greed, non-hatred, which is a hetu. So we come back to the first condition, hetu root, or sometimes it's a hetu means cause condition. So there's a anantara and samantara pachaya in the mental process in the idol because consciousnesses arise one after another without gap. So we refer to Viti process again. So that's why to come to Paṭṭhāna, at least you need to study some nama, rupa, chitta, cetasika. You also need to study Viti process, and you also need to know something about karma. Right. So this chapter actually might be quite tough. I would say quite tough to people because it's quite detailed. But it's okay. Now is after this you all can have a good rest for 2 months. The 4 great elements are in the visible object, all right, and eye base. Because 4 great elements is in all the rupa, right? And also in the chitta sika. Chitta sika are born together. And I think better delete the word, okay? Right, 4 elements are in there, and also chitta sika are born together. So 4 great elements also born together. So I think better put like this. These are born together. I just want to emphasize that these are born together. Okay, 4 great elements are born together. Chitta sika also born together. All right, then to see something, there must be eye base. There must be visible object like a bird, or here is a Buddha image, a light. There must be attention to see the Buddha image. There must be present. Okay, so this should be CE. Okay, Atipachaya and non-disappearance avikata pachaya. Now, 5 though everything must disappear, and it must be absent, all right? Before the I consciousness arises. So there must be vikata and then nati pachaya. And then I consciousness and cetasika, chitta and cetasika associate to each other. So there must be sampayutta pachaya. So there are 7 javana in the mental process, viti process in the idol, cognitive process, chakudwara, viti process. So there will be repetition. So repetition normally happen in Jhavana time only. So now there's 12 conditions here. Actually, there can be more. If you really study, it can be more than 12. So if we're talking about internally, so I consciousness and seven cetasika, so 8 in unit. So if one is the cause, the other one is the effects. And then there are possible conditions. They are born together, sajata. They are anyamana, they support each other. They are sampayuta, they associate each other. They are ati and avigata, present and then non-disappearance. By the way of precedence, means the happening earlier on. So when the fido consciousness ceases, then the I consciousness will arise. The disappearance of the fido evading consciousness gives power for the chaku vijnana I consciousness to arise. The condition are anantara, samantara, upanisaya, nati, avigata. All right. So to come to all the possible condition, you must be very familiar with all the 24 condition. Then you can write down what is the condition that possible to arise. So this is just an example for you to see how do we apply the Paṭṭhāna knowledge in the simple act of seeing. All right. This is example of when we seeing process on the Buddha image now. Now, this is something I add on here, just for you to know in a modern way when you are learning online via Zoom. Okay, so I will invite some student to read. Shinlin, can you read this one? Shinlin?
Yeah, okay. The learning online via Zoom. There are various pachayas conditions at work during a Dhamma teaching over Zoom. When you are attending a Dhamma teaching via Zoom, multiple conditions pachayas are simultaneously at work. Aramana pachaya, object condition, the visible form on your screen and the sound of the teacher's voice serve as objects for your consciousness. Adipati pachaya, predominance condition, your keen interest in the Dhamma may act as a predominant factor, enhancing your attention and comprehension.
Okay, you can read some more. Yeah.
Nisaya pachaya, support condition. Your eye base and ear base provide the physical support for the arising of eye consciousness and ear consciousness respectively. Upanisaya pachaya, decisive support condition. Your past experiences with Dhamma teachings and your current interest in learning serve as a strong supports for your attention and understanding. Vipaka pachaya, result condition. The eye consciousness and ear consciousness that arise are resultant consciousnesses, fruits of past karma. Ahara pachaya, nutriment condition. The visible object and sound object has contact with sense bases, the contact that is nutriment for the eye consciousness and ear consciousness. Indriya pachaya, faculty condition. The eye faculty and ear faculty control their respective sense processes, allowing you to see and hear the teaching. Pure jata pachaya, pre-nascence condition. Your eye base and ear base, which arose before the current moment, serve as pre-nascence conditions for the current seeing and hearing processes.
Okay, thank you, Shinlin. Okay. Right, so we will invite the next student to read. Jen, can you read on this one?
Yes.
Yes.
Karma pachaya, karma condition. Past karma that led to the arising of your current sense basis continues to play a role in your ability to perceive the teaching. Ati pachaya, present condition. The presence of the sense basis, sense objects, and appropriate attention allows for the arising of the corresponding consciousnesses. Nati pachaya, absent condition. The cessations of the previous moment of the consciousness allow for the arising of the current moment of consciousness. This above example illustrates how even a simple act like learning involves a complex interplay of conditions, all working together seamlessly. By understanding how these various conditions work together, we can gain deeper insight into the interconnected and interpersonal nature of our experience. This understanding support the development of wisdom, Tanya, and the realizations of Buddha's teachings on dependent origination, paticca samuppada, and non-self anatta.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, you all can see they are written here a lot of condition. All right, there actually can be more. I mean, if you can take it as a homework, you can find out, you can read through again and try to write for this example, write more condition. There are actually, I think you can take a lot of all possible condition, right? So that's in terms of seeing, in terms of hearing and seeing in the Zoom. Now, in terms of meditation, so how should you do it? Okay. So we will invite another student to read. Okay, Thomas, can you read this one? Thomas.
See Paṭṭhāna in meditation. 1. Observation of conditions. In addition of the previously mentioned conditions, observe how presence conditions, Ati-paccaya, and non-disappearance condition, Avigata-paccaya, support the continuity of phenomena. Notice how absence condition, Nati-paccaya, and disappearance condition, Vigata-paccaya, allow for the arising of the new phenomena. 2. Impermanence, Anicca. Consider how the proximity condition, Anantara-paccaya, and contiguity condition, Samanantara-paccaya, illustrate the rapid succession of mental states, highlighting their impermanent nature. 3. Suffering, dukkha. Reflect on how the association condition, Sampayutta-paccaya, shows how mental factors combine to create complex experiences, often leading to suffering when misunderstood. 4. Non-self, anatta. Observe how the mutuality condition, anyamanya-paccaya, demonstrates the interdependence of phenomena, further reinforcing the lack of an independent self.
Okay, thank you, Thomas. Your Pali pronunciation is better now, you know. Okay. Okay, now that's important if you want to see anatta. You can see everything just happen by itself, right? Like eye base, and then the object, and then the contact, then your seeing consciousness arise, or the sound come to contact with the ear base, then the ear consciousness arise. All this just happen by itself, and then the thought process, witty process, they just run by itself. Okay, there's no we call it not a being or controller that control this. This is just independent. They just happen due to their cause and effect. Okay. So that's how we apply our Abhidhamma knowledge in the meditation. So next student, Puelio, can you read the 5, 6, 7, 8, up to 8? All right.
Okay, Sajid. 5. Dependent origination. Incorporate understanding of the nutriment condition, ahara-paccaya, to see how physical and mental phenomena are sustained, deepening insight into the cycle of becoming. 6. Mindfulness of mind states. When observing mind states, notice how the faculty condition, indriya-paccaya, such as faith, effort, mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom, influences the strength and quality of mental factors. Also consider how the jhana condition, jhana-paccaya, operates in moments of deep concentration. 7. Breaking the cycle. Understand how the dissociation condition, vipayutta-paccaya, allows mental and physical phenomena to coexist without mixing, which can help in developing detachment. 8. Cultivating wholesome states. Use understanding of the natural decisive support condition, pakatupanisaya-paccaya, to recognize how external factors like good friends, or suitable environments support wholesome development.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, next student will read. Brother King, you can read the 9, 10, 11.
Okay. Deepening concentration. Consider how the Prenasian condition, Purejata Pachaya, relates to how the physical sense bases support mental phenomena, which is crucial in developing concentration. 10. Insight into karma. Expand your understanding to include the resultant condition, Vipaka Pachaya, seeing how present experiences like good family, good food, and born in a prosperous country are often the fruits of past good karma. 11. Understanding casual relationships. Observe how the condition Sahajata Pachaya shows how certain phenomena must arise together, like consciousness and its mental factors.
Okay, yeah, you want to read some more? 12,
Okay.
13, 14, yeah.
All right. 12. Insight into material phenomena. When practicing mindfulness of the body, consider how post-nascent condition, Pachajata Pachaya, explain how consciousness supports the already arisen physical body. 13. Developing equanimity. Reflect on how the natural decisive support condition, Pakat Upanishad Pachaya, influences your relations, helping to cultivate a more balanced response to experiences. Number 14, insight into mental processes. Notice how the repetition condition, Asavana Pachaya, strengthens mental states in cognitive processes, which can be observed in the development of both wholesome and unwholesome habits. 15, understanding rebirth. Contemplate how the karma condition, karma pachaya, and the natural decisive support condition, pakat upanisa pachaya, relate to the continuation of the life process across different births. By incorporating these additional conditions into your vipassana practice, you can develop an even more nuanced understanding of the intricate web of causality that governs all phenomena. This deeper insight can lead to a more profound realization of the Buddha's teaching on the nature of reality, supporting your progress towards liberation. Remember, as stated in the Samyutta Nikaya, SN 56.31, Bhikkhus, just as the ocean has one taste, the taste of salt, so too this Dhamma and discipline has one taste, the taste of liberation. Let your understanding of this condition guide you towards this state of liberation, always keeping in mind that the ultimate goal is not intellectual knowledge, but direct experiential insight leading to the cessation of suffering.
Okay, thank you very much, Brother King. Brother King and Veera, you all attend the Abhidhamma class, right, in the Peace House? Many years already, right? 2016, I think.
Yes, Saji.
Yeah. So actually, I was supposed to go back there, but in between, I think many things happened, and also due to after the COVID, all the journey totally stopped. Okay, now it just continue. But it's actually good to continue online first because online we can show the text, and it's actually more easy for me to modify the material. Physical class also got advantage because physical class people come for social gathering and also to learn Dhamma together. Anyway, I think online class is actually suitable for my nature also. All right, so I think here how we meditate this Paṭṭhāna, how to use Paṭṭhāna in our meditation. So try to see on Anicca Dukkha Anatta. All right, the first point is we see all the mental state. Actually, you can see they rapidly appear and disappear. So we can see the impermanent state. All right. And dukkha, actually, we are talking about association because to enjoy let's say if you want to eat ice cream, first you must have money. If you have no money, how can you buy ice cream? So everything must have, all the conditions must come together. So they are in a way, so we need association of many things, right? So if one is missing, then you cannot experience that thing. So it lead to suffering. That's the meaning. And of course, like non-self, we already say this. And you also see in a dependent origination, if we summarize dependent origination, it's just a cause and effect. So we can see ahara, how ahara means also cause here. And we also try to use the Indriya Pachaya, like all these faculty, faith, mindfulness, concentration, and so on. That's important. And also jhana factors. You already see the jhana, right? And also we try to see nama rupa. There's a mental and physical phenomena. They can coexist. Means that sometimes your mind, you can let your mind be war. Okay, because it does not affect the body. Your body can relax, let the mind run around, but after a while the mind will come back to the body, because they are vipayuta. In a way, you can take it like that. Okay, and then that's also important. What we can do is like I say this Upanisaya is very strong, so we call it like this Pakatu Upanisaya, which is if you have good food, your body will feel better. If you have got good friend who give you good advice, then you will live a good life, So this is also something that we should seek to have in our life. You need to have good friend, good food, good environment. Of course, we cannot choose the country we are born, right? Yeah. But at least we try to make the environment suitable for us. Now, Purejata, right? So we already see Purejata born earlier before. And karma, about karma and vipaka, the result of vipaka means good family, good food. And the place you are born actually is because of vipaka, right? And then things are born together, sahajata, and then and so on, right? Equanimity, right? So it's good to learn the Paṭṭhāna Abhidhamma, so you will see your response towards certain things. Actually, it's in a way we are conditioned to how we react to the world. All right. But if you be able to know the condition and you know the effects, then we can create a more balanced response towards our experiences. Right. And like say when you study the Pali or Abhidhamma, at first it's look difficult. Abhidhamma with so many facts, Pali with so many new words, but repeatedly you learn again and again. So it strengthens your mental cognitive process. So nothing is difficult if you learn many times, right? But if you never learn in the first place, you will never progress. And then the rebirth means karma, right? So finally, why we learn Abhidhamma and why we learn Paṭṭhāna, like here, this is actually said by the Buddha. The ocean has one taste, it's a salty taste. So the Dhamma and discipline, Dhamma and Vinaya only have one taste. There's a taste of Vimutti Rasa, taste of liberation. Okay, so the whole thing is towards the cessation suffering. Okay, actually we just finished the Paṭṭhāna. So any last questions? Any question want to ask? So actually I'm very grateful for you all, because like I say, when I start to study master, up to diploma BAA, 3 years I studied Abhidhamma and also Pali and other subject like the Bande, Aditya Sena. You also now have to be more suffering, because the level of compared to my year, now it's more tough, more tough in my university. All right, so I study Abhidhamma for 3 years. Then after that, I let go to do my focus on the Pali. So I've been doing Pali for 5 years. So now I come back to Abhidhamma. So it's also a little bit difficult for me. So I need to also read in advance and prepare the notes. And also I need to seek your all forgiveness if there's some mistake in the text, Yeah. Right. So any questions? So learning Abhidhamma is also one way for me to revise Abhidhamma. Because if I just read the Abhidhamma text, I will feel bored. But make it as a teaching project, it will be interesting for my mind. It's actually very interested. My mind is very interested. And also to get all this material and to prepare them, I get like this, I get from the Nobu AI. So, and then modify some more. And then some I get from other Paṭṭhāna book. So it's actually blending of many books together, many information here and there. So you just pick up as much as you can. So don't worry if you don't feel that you understand Paṭṭhāna. Nobody really be able to understand it unless you are highly intelligent, like Sariputra, or you are Bodhisattva, or you are born in a like in a Deva. You might be able to understand it. All right. So even for me, when I learned the Paṭṭhāna, I had to read more than 5 times. And some of the book is very difficult. So if you notice, you go for the Abhidhamma. Now, I already tell you we have the lecture, this one. Now, if you study by this comprehensive manual Abhidhamma for this Paṭṭhāna, it's actually not easy to understand, right? Because the information given is not a lot. And it does not arrange according to 1 to 24. So it's here, condition number 8 is here, and then the condition number 15 is here. So it's arranged in another category. You can get some information here, of course. And then if you want to read advanced, so I recommend you to read this handbook of Abhidhamma. Okay. So this is the best reference for the deep analysis of Abhidhamma, right? And if you want a very short one, look for the fundamental Abhidhamma. So all these are available in the internet. And in Malaysia, sometime last time when I opened the Abhidhamma class, I asked the student to get. So previous student have all this book. I think your current student, I'm not so sure how many of you have one set. I think Pueril Vira, you all have, right? Yeah. Okay. So you can read here. You can see this book, Fundamental Abhidhamma. At the end, there's many charts and diagram. So when Sado, he was teaching in, I think, Germany. Yeah. And then the student also makes a lot of diagram here. Okay. So there are actually, in Abhidhamma, there are 9 chapters, right? So here we are just go for basic level. So I try to just teach you all some very fundamental knowledge and so on. Okay, so this Abhidhamma book 2. Right, chapter 5 is on Viti process, which we have covered already. Right. And there are some more detailed one like the Tadaramana. I skip it, yeah, for this class. Viti Mutta, we already covered it with some of the divine plans of existence. Yeah. Okay. All right. Last question. Brother Ko, you want to ask something? Is he here today?
Yes, I did. But no, often no question. I just came back. I was out.
Today you had no question, right? Okay. Yeah. Okay, to learn this, few ways. One method is you do the recitation of this Paṭṭhāna. This is a simple, you all should be able to recite 24 of them. It's very simple. You will not take you even 1 minute to recite 24. So after that, if you want, you can just recite the Paṭṭhāna, this Paṭṭhāna Pachaya, Pachani Desa. So in Burmese, in Myanmar, a lot of monks and nuns, even the young novice, young Sayale, they will recite the whole text. It will take 45 minutes. Right. So that's another way to learn. So another way to learn, of course, through the text like this or through the diagram. Okay. But the best way is you learn the fundamental information like what is hetu, right? Hetu means loba, dosa, moha, aloba, dosa, moha, right? Aramana is object. Then Adipati means predominant. Anantara means in the Viti process. Samantara also Viti process when one next to another one. Sahajata is born together. So you have to think what is born together. Chitta, Chittasika are born together. Mahabhuta, four of them are born together. Then Mahabhuta and Upada Rupa, they are born together. And which is this one, support each other, right? So what is support each other, right? Mahabhuta, they support each other. Chitta Siddha, do they support each other? You have to think about that, right? Nisaya, what is Nisaya? Depend. So I consciousness must depend on I base and also depend on the what else, right? You have to think about that. Upanisaya, all right? So it's, for example, the weather, the food, the people you associated, right? Purejada, born earlier. So which one must born earlier? So for you to have like beside the eye consciousness, ear consciousness, before you hear something, you must have ear, right? And then there must be sound for the ear consciousness to appear. And then this one. Pachajata is difficult to explain, but I have explained it, you have to refer to it. Asevana is something that happen in Javana, like kusala to kusala, akusala to akusala, and so on. What is karma? Karma means chetana, right? Karma also means rebirth, at the rebirth time. Vipaka is a result of karma. Ahara is a nutriment, like normal food we eat. Indriya will be like faith, mindfulness, all these are indriya. Or sense faculty, the sense base also indriya. Jhana will be normally referred to the 5 jhana factors. Magga will be eightfold path. Sambayutta refer to nama, chitta, chittasika, or 4 aggregates. Vipayutta refer to nama, rupa, because nama, rupa are disassociated with each other. Ati means present, nati means absent. All right. So think about it. Just look at this one and think about all the possibility, and then try to apply it, like the example given when you see a Buddha image, when you hear a sound, and so on. Okay. All right. So I think we will stop here. If no questions. Okay. So today we'll share the manners. Just share the short one. Okay. All right, so no question, we will finish it. All right, so before I finish, I'd like to thank all of you for joining the class. Because I think it's not easy to find people who want to study Abhidhamma, and not easy for you all to persist until the end of this class for this year. In between, when we started, we have about 60 people, I think, about like that, and then it's drop, and now we still at 25, still not so bad. Compared to those already disappear, you all consider has a lot of adipati. Adipati means strong wish to learn Abhidhamma. That's why you are still here. And for those who take the exam, I already written the marks to you. There are 2 students not take yet, so they will take in next year. So it's not difficult, but it's not so easy, but you need to do a lot of homework also. When I study Abhidhamma, I really made lots of effort. It's actually, Abhidhamma is little bit more difficult compared to Pali. Pali is actually easier for me. All right, okay, now, okay, we will do the sharing of merits. So please follow me and put the hand together.
Can I ask one question first?
Okay, yes.
The last week you were talking about nothingness. Nothingness is a concept.
Oh yeah, right. This is in terms of meditation. This kind of meditation is to do with those formless arupa meditation. Is the meditation that people just focus on the idea of nothing, but they focus on the chitta that we call infinite consciousness. Then they take the chitta as nothing. So it's more on concept, and it's for those who want to go for a deeper, very high level jhana. But at the end, even like Bodhisattva, he also give out the practice, the Buddha, Bodhisattva, he practiced whole high to the this nothingness and neither perception nor non-perception, the highest third arupa jhana and fourth arupa jhana. But after that, the bodhisattva also give up this method because he find that the very deep concentration like jhana never let him to have any enlightenment. So that's why the Buddha abandoned the two jhana factors. He abandoned this practice, and after that, he meditate by himself and he continue to practice. He remember in the childhood, he get the first jhana when he was very young. So based on some deep concentration, and he changed to vipassana, and he contemplate dependent origination. Okay, Paṭṭhāna. Yeah, all right. So we will stop. Yeah, we will stop this class and we will continue next year. Yes. So it's a 2 months break for everybody and also for me also. All right. So we continue in January. Yes, brother.
Sayagi,
Yeah.
is nothingness, can it be an inside experience also?
No. If you are talking about sunyata, the idea of sunyata is which call it emptiness, is actually different from this nothingness. Emptiness is the idea that there's no soul, no self, sunyata in Theravada. But in Mahayana, they have other idea of emptiness. The way they interpret is different. All right. So nothingness is more on jhana. In Vipassana, we don't have this nothingness. We have sunyata, emptiness only. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. Okay. So let us share a very simple sharing as married. So please follow me. So we recite 3 times. Eta wada cha amhehi sampada punya sampadam sabbe dewa anumodantu sabba sampadisiddhya. Eta wada cha amhehi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe buddha anumodantu sabba sampadisiddhya. Eta wada cha amhehi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampadisiddhya. Now we share merits with our departed ones. Idam me yatina hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idam me yatina hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idam me yatina hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Okay, so in our class, so we ask forgiveness from the Triple Gem Buddha Dhamma Sangha, right? Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katam achayam kamame bante puri panya tathagata. Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katam achayam kamame dhamma santitika akalika. Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katam achayam kamame sangha punya kita anuttara. So we make aspiration. Imina punya kame nama me bala samagamo satan samagamo hotu yava nibbana pattiya. Idam me punyam asawakaya waham hotu. Idam me punyam nibbana sapacaya hotu. May this matrix 8, may I never meet with the foolish, may I only meet with the wise, up until I attain Nibbana. May this merit of mine be conducive to the destruction of the taints. May this merit of mine be a supportive condition for the realization of Nibbana. Mama punya bagam sapa satana bhajemi te sabbe me samam punya bagam labantu. I share my merits done today with all beings. May all those beings gain equal share of the merits shared by me. Alright, let us say Buddha Sasana Chirantitatu. May the Buddha teaching last long. Buddha sasanam chiram titatu. Buddha sasanam chiram titatu. Buddha sasanam chiram titatu. Okay, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, thank you very much for joining the class, for listening to me. Okay. All right.
Thank you, Saiji. Good night.
Thank you,